Okay, we should be live. Okay. Okay. Uh, I just tested it. You guys can hear me. We're just gonna wait. Hopefully, you can get some people in the chat or just here. Then we're gonna start reacting and whatnot. But yeah, I just have this screen up for right now. But yeah. So we're live. Hopefully we can get some people in here before we start our reactions for the day. Um, we start. Yeah. Uh, we are live. Hold on. Okay. Feel free to talk in the chat as I just get the stream set up so that way I could also see what's happening in the chat. Hold on. Cool. Is that her? Okay. Feel free to talk in the chat. Yeah. So, we don't have anyone. Oh, wait, we have one person. Okay. So, let me just get ready for our first video. Okay. So, this is the first 3 videos is kind of a series, I guess. It's a kind of like a Bigfoot series. I thought it'd be fun to watch. So, let me just share the screen. Hold on. Wait, okay. Share screen. Okay. Be here. Oh wait, I got that.
Yo, we brought chips. Just a few more kids.
This is the very first video.
Okay. Just gonna. Okay. Let's get it.
This is the very first video ever recorded of Bigfoot. To this day, people have been studying.
Sorry. I should just say, title. Is Bigfoot actually real? Original sightings.
This is the very first video ever recorded of Bigfoot. To this day, people have been studying it and arguing that it's real for a few reasons. One, it can't be a person in a suit because of the way it walks. Two, it's not CGI because it was filmed in 1967. And three, it was found near real Bigfoot tracks that have been cast. Bigfoot believers say all of these things are proof that Bigfoot exists. So I wanted to see why so many people believe in Bigfoot, and more
Okay, before we continue, if you hear me sipping on anything, I got a McDonald's Coke on my hands. So, yeah.
importantly, if all of this evidence is enough to prove that Bigfoot could actually exist.
The creator, just in case I don't want to get copyrighted or anything, Groovy Gavin. The first 3 videos are by him.
So I wanted to start at Bigfoot's origin, where the first sightings and first video of Bigfoot were taken, Willow Creek. So we're gonna talk to some locals. They have a Bigfoot museum here. Then we're gonna try to find the place where the original Bigfoot video was filmed. We're gonna find that spot. Maybe he's still there chilling. So our first stop, I think it makes a lot of sense, is the Bigfoot cannabis store. I'm thinking, who is gonna have Bigfoot sightings? People who are on drugs. I'm making a video documentary about Bigfoot. You mind if we ask some questions? Well, we couldn't go in there because I'm not 21. I'm making a video documentary about Bigfoot. Do you believe in him?
I think it could be a reality. I definitely haven't seen Bigfoot myself.
Any stories or anything?
No stories. That's true. You've seen the cage.
The Bigfoot cage.
Yes, but now is that Bigfoot's cage or is that Bigfoot's cage?
I would say it's one of those.
Go down to the park. Okay, those guys will be seeing some colors, and they might be put some stories in those colors.
Cool. Thank you. So we went to the park and talked to people, but it seemed like the only place we were going to get real information was the Bigfoot Museum. So that's where we headed. Hey, how's it going?
Hey, how you doing? I'm Eric.
Gavin.
Gavin, good to meet you.
Good to meet you.
You guys are going to be shooting up north to see Squatch Fest, is that
Yes. We're excited for that.
But there's a historical reference, regardless if it exists or not. There's things that happen.
I assume part 2 is one of the videos that we have planned, because it's the first 3 videos we're watching is Bigfoot related, and it is by Groovy Gavin. So I assume it's part 1, 2, and 3, but who knows? I don't know.
Originally came here to go to the place the Patterson Gimlin footage was taken.
Spot.
Is it true that that was the first video footage of Bigfoot?
First video that was shot of a Bigfoot. There's been more since.
Yeah, it seems to be like the video that made Bigfoot like really popular.
It did, Well, we'll go in the room and we'll just discuss the history, that sort of thing. In 1958, this Bluff Creek area was wilderness. The lumber industry, the lumbermen had got permission. Listen, we're going to start logging this area. So these guys were the first. They were going to those woods, and they started coming across strange footprints. At first, they thought they were being hoaxed, giant humanoid footprints. But these footprints went to areas that, if someone's hoaxing us, they can't traverse these areas on stilts or with large feet, number one. Or number two, again, they come back to their equipment that was parked, and large pieces of equipment had been moved, thousands of times.
Yeah.
And there was...
What is that? I don't know if you guys can see my cursor on there, but... Oh, shoot. What is that? Is that their representation of Bigfoot?
no evidence that these things had been moved mechanically. So we had a friend named Bob Titmus. I'm finding these prints. What do you suggest? And Bob Titmus said, I will show you how to do plaster casts. Ginzoli helped coin the term Bigfoot that day. And moving forward, that was it. People went crazy. Human foot has a ball and an arch. We push off closer with our metatarsals, closer to the front of the foot. He surmises, he said the gorilla foot's very similar, that the break is further back here for a large mammal.
I'm not ever taking off my socks on camera.
Here's one right here with a good metatarsal break right there. See, it's further back on the foot.
And so this would also kind of disprove the theory that it was like a someone with like a wooden foot, because they wouldn't be able to get that motion. I wonder how big Shaq's foot was. That's why I asked him. How long is Shaq's?
In this video, I'm going to be making a 3D.
Okay, I'm just going to turn that off so that way I don't show this ad. Actually, my okay. Just because I'm trying to be precautious, I don't want to show ads just in case.
It's the #2 viewed amateur video in the world. It has never been completely refuted. And every time they enhance it, and they just enhanced it here recently, 2021, they used AI.
This video was great and all, but I thought it just looked like a dude in a suit until he explained this.
It even shows more muscle striation, flexation in the calf, in the legs, trapezius. One of the steps actually now shows toes.
I saw somebody basically analyzing it like you were saying, and they said like the most giving thing that it wasn't a person in a costume was how the ankles moved.
Yep. They walk with a bent knee gait, meaning that as humans walk, we kind of walk out.
Yeah.
These are described as gliding, and they're always walking with a bent knee. And they're broken down by persons. Bill Munns, a makeup artist, but he also helped with Planet of the Apes and other shows. He says, "Hey, I did not have a suit that would accommodate a human being walking the way it walks. I am sure there's lots of videos out there. I just don't know how credible they are. The more recent the video, the easier it is to just debunk and say, hey,
that is
AI."
So this video and the feet pics are why people believe in Bigfoot. But what exactly is Bigfoot?
Primate once existed in China, and they found the bones, they found the teeth and the jaw bones, Gigantopithecus blacki, and said this particular species.
Is that the skull of the Bigfoot thing? Well, Bigfoot could technically be fake, but like, is that the skull of it? If so,
Figured passed away 295,000 years ago, went extinct. This fits the bill, 8 to 9 feet tall, very, very large. And, I can't say it exists or not. I can say the phenomenon exists. I can say that there's plausible evidence that supports the possibility.
No, this is crazy though. There's so much history behind this, and like we're going to talk to a lot of the people in the next video who like basically were at the forefront of this, the founding fathers of Bigfoot. We will go to some of the popular places around here where Bigfoot was seen. I hope I find Bigfoot and he tries to attack me. I'll put him in a headlock.
well, not, but if he's brother, well, maybe. If Bigfoot is real and you find him, you are 110% not putting him in a headlock.
Doesn't know about the white monster. So we asked him where the original footage is.
Wait. Am I able to shoot? Okay, I think we're good.
Was filmed so we could go, and
Yes.
can we go there?
There's gates right now. They don't want you in that forest. The roads could be covered in trees or slides, that sort of thing. Just natural this time of year in these forests.
But before we left, he told us about this mountain where there were a bunch of sightings of Bigfoot that we could go to. All right, so it turns out that guy was correct, and we couldn't make it to the actual spot where Bigfoot was seen, unfortunately. I know, I'm as bummed out as you, but we drove a little bit down and we're at a different spot in the creek, which it's not far off. We're still in the area where Bigfoot is seen, and we're gonna try the strategies to attract Bigfoot here, and honestly just search around a little bit. See, honestly, like the biggest score here, we find find Bigfoot obviously, but realistically we find some giant footprints, which I think that would be pretty crazy. So the creek is just this way, so we're gonna go down there first. The footage kind of was seen over a creek, so like right over there. We'd seen like walking over there. So now we were going to try some strategies that were supposed to attract Bigfoot that apparently many experts have used. And the first one was, like, if you give him something he doesn't know, he isn't familiar with, like if you leave it out in the forest, you'll come back and it'll be in a slightly different place or even gone. He set out a spoon, and apparently he came back to the forest like the next day or a few hours later, and the spoon was moved slightly. So I brought something special that he probably hasn't seen before, an Arab water bottle, the sponsor of today's video. So I'm gonna go set this out overnight, come back in the morning and see if it's in a different spot. So they said to use microphones. So I put one of my expensive microphones on this Arab water bottle and record it overnight. What this does, it literally flavors water through scent. They got these flavor pods. You just pop that bad boy right on there. You just pull it up like this. Oh, and then you sip. I'm pretty scared that somebody's gonna steal my Arab water bottle. You can buy mics, but can you buy flavor going through your nose? Arab has a ton of flavors. Peach iced tea, strawberry lemongrass, raspberry lemonade. Seriously, thank you, Arab. I literally did not have a single water bottle. The smell, proof Bigfoot's real. It's all science, guys. So while we waited to hear the Bigfoot audio, we tried some more strategies. All right, so one of the things the guy at the museum talked a lot about, and is just a good way to find Bigfoot, is basically it's looking for like a bunch of snapped trees, twigs, and stuff in the area. I thought you meant just like individual ones, but like you can almost kind of see half. Like, I mean, you can kind of see like right here, like everything's like laying down. Maybe this is where Bigfoot takes his naps. I mean, honestly, there's a lot of stuff that is kind of just laying down and snapped, and I think it's because of it's been storming. Okay, this is something I didn't know, which is apparently Bigfoot's eyes glow. So I shouldn't even need this flashlight. We should honestly be able to look around and see glowing eyes. I don't know. I don't know if that one's true.
I don't think that's true.
This is just a list of stuff we found on some website. So these probably aren't the most valid, but we gotta try them. We gotta test everything. So
we have got to the point where literally anybody can build a fully working app without knowing how to code. This is Base 44. This is a first look at the current industry-leading AI app builder. And you wouldn't believe the kind of apps that people are creating. Smart nutrition apps, inventory trackers, onboarding tools, you name it. And if the only thing stopping me from making the app is the idea, the one.
So this is personally something I wanted to try, which is so we have this video literally of Bigfoot walking by this creek, and everybody's trying to say, oh, like a human doesn't walk like that. That's not how their legs bend and stuff. So my idea was I'm gonna try to recreate that video, like me walking. I think I can walk like the video. We can get like a comparison video, me walking, Bigfoot walking, put them next to each other. And it was kind of just like, okay, so the things they noted. His knees were bent the whole time. Interesting. Also, like, his feet didn't walk like a normal human. I don't know. Maybe it's a dude in a costume with scoliosis, or maybe he's just walking here. So he's like, kind of like. That was it. I mean, tell me that's not how he was walking. Dude, he was just a nonchalant type.
Hold on. Okay, sorry I keep on muting.
Of a guy. They're doing the Bigfoot walk, man.
Because my brother Fireslasher keeps on walking in for some reason. He's not saying why, but
Man. Bro, you try the walk. You try the Bigfoot walk.
Well, this might as well be Bigfoot, the Bigfoot footage. Oh my gosh. I think that's Bigfoot.
Actually,
yeah,
I'm doing this. I was like a slightly bit of a joke, but I'm actually curious to put the footage next to each other. Because, okay, we talked to him and it's like, oh, that's not how a human walks. Well, the thing is, a human can like choose to walk differently. They can walk weird on purpose. So I don't know if that argument works with me. So after nothing really working, we went back and got some sleep, letting the air up bottle and mic record all night. Well, we just woke up very early, and we're now gonna go check and see if one, the air bottle's still there, and there's anything that got recorded, any mysterious sounds. All right, we are on our way to see if it's still there.
I don't think
All right, so it is still dark, but it is more.
of Bigfoot moving whenever he did. I don't think it really did. I guess it could have been wind or something. But, you know. Supposedly it was it.
Morning, just really early. It's 5:55 in the morning. Well, we're having a little bit of trouble finding where this pin was that I placed that the water bottle is at, which is not good. I hope we can at least find the spot where this stuff was. All right, I think it's literally just right up here. We did find it. Well, I think we found it. All right, I'm gonna go check, see if it's out there, and see if it moved. And then we will be able to check the audio from overnight and see if we can hear anything weird. It's there.
Okay. Well, I was about to say, if it wasn't there, that'd be weird, but it could just been like wind or the storm that he was talking about, but it's there.
It does not, oh my gosh. It does not look like it has moved. Ouch. And the mic is also here, although it looks like it has either died or stopped working. All right, so AirUp survived, but mic might have not. What's that tell you about the durability of the AirUp water bottle? No, but it did not move, so I guess that's not proof for Bigfoot, but we're gonna plug in the mic, see if we can hear any footage. Bro, it was in a completely different spot. Really? No. The footage might have not worked, but we're gonna plug it in and see, I guess. Well, we waited for the mic to charge to hopefully hear Bigfoot itself. We went to the mountain the guy had told us about, where it also got pictures of people seeing Bigfoot sent to me by anonymous people, and where we would try the final strategies to catch Bigfoot. All right, we're heading that way. Into the mountains. Broken branches? What would that be from?
So we're about to slip all the way down this mountain.
Let's keep going. I hope none of this is poison ivy. Let me ask my ginger friend Tommy. You said it's like an oval shape with a point? Okay, that looks shockingly similar to what I'm staring at right now. Like, it's not that bad, right?
Really not that bad.
Bro, I'll grab one right now. I'll put one in my mouth. So we continued to the top of the mountain for our last chance to find Bigfoot. Or the best way to like call Bigfoot is the Yeti call. How does Sasquatch call? This is cool. I'm gonna watch this YouTube video. Okay, I got it. Dude, I'm gonna look like an idiot doing this. Woo! Woo! Woo!
Hey. Hey.
Woo! 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 All right, so the other thing he said, just start whacking the tree. He said, this is how big feet, that's how you say plural, right? Big feet communicate. They just like hit trees, I guess. After listening for quite some time, we didn't really hear anything and headed back to the car to finally listen to the audio we got the previous night, the last chance to capture Bigfoot evidence. So we finally listened to the footage and... No, I'm just kidding. I put that in there. This was basically all we picked up the entire night. We didn't hear anything. And if I look at the two pieces of evidence, the video doesn't really sell me, to be honest. I still think it could just be a guy walking weird in a suit. And I did some research, and there was a guy who's been claiming for years that Patterson and Gimlin paid him to be in a suit for the video. And what's crazy about it is a lot of people back him up, and he walks very similar to the video. So then we look at the footprints, which are honestly, they are a lot more convincing, but I actually don't know enough about them. So I'm going to a Bigfoot festival to talk to legitimate scientists and the smartest Bigfooters there are, to see if these footprints could be proof, and to see if there is any other proof, especially more recent, that they have, all to see if there's enough evidence to prove that Bigfoot could actually be real.
Okay. Sorry I made myself and didn't want to go like that. There's no one in chat. But I'm thinking, because parts of this might get turned into a YouTube video, we'll see. I'm thinking that we, what's it called? Move on from Bigfoot. So I have a kind of like a list of stuff that I'm gonna react to, or I could react to. So, where is it? Okay. Okay. Next video. Is this gonna go to an ad? Okay. Okay, next video, chat. The deranged story of TikTok's Disney adult, Brent Johnson. Lock in! Oh, shoot. Okay, wait. I'm sorry. I'll restart it.
That of someone who is
What's it called? The deranged story of TikTok's Disney adult, Brent Johnson. Lock in!
the internet is one big place where shocking stories emerge almost on a daily basis, but very few among them stand out as outright disturbing and deranged. Meet Brent Johnson, a 27-year-old chronically online man TikToker, from allegedly doing shady things on his own sister.
I was looking at my sister's profile on Facebook, and then it was a previous profile, and then I see you look beautiful as mom, and I just want to say I love you so much. And then she deleted the comment, and she blocked me on both Facebook and Instagram.
For literally getting caught for sending inappropriate messages to a minor.
Wait, so you texted a minor?
It was an accident. No.
You know if he was a minor, right?
I do not know.
Brent's rabbit hole is actually a very deep one. Brent's entire online career revolves around his obsession with the Disney movie Cars, and his love for the character the Lightning McQueen. And this has definitely caused his audience to be filled with more minor. This, however, makes him even more dangerous. as his behavior is not merely inappropriate, but rather that of someone who is pretty much defined as a predator. He has been caught multiple times talking inappropriately with a minor even after they told him their age. Instead of taking accountability, Brent would get mad at the person who brought it up on his live stream, saying that celebrities like Ariana...
Anyway, let the horrors begin. Yeah, pop that up on screen for a second. Let me just check this. Because judging by what was just mentioned, I'm just gonna check it. It looks fine. Okay. Okay, I think it's fine. Okay, we can watch it. We can watch it. It's fine. Okay. I was scared for a second, but we back. I hate this. Do you see what? Okay. I don't know anything about Brent Johnson, but he seems like a, I want to say terrible guy, just in case, but he doesn't seem great. Anyway, continue.
sometimes be enough to explain certain behaviors, there are still boundaries, and Brent crossed them not just once, but multiple times. Soon enough, he would be placed into foster care. While the exact reason remains unclear, it could have been due to his mother's inability to financially provide for him, or, as many people allege, because of something shady he did involving one of his sisters, which would actually become a massive controversy later in his TikTok career. Despite his foster parents adopting him and being generous toward him, Brent showed little gratitude. He would get into physical altercations and, in his own words, admitted to abusing his foster parents, who were elderly. And this marks the first of many terrible actions that are about to unfold.
Okay, now hear me. So, you said that you were abusing your parents? In that
No,
context.
my foster parents. But that's when
Foster parents, yes.
that's when I was a teenager back then.
Yes. However, this still matters because ICE would use any excuse of one's criminal record, no matter how minor, no matter how young, in order to deport people.
Besides his anger problem,
Sorry, I shouldn't be laughing. It's kind of funny how he mentioned that. Okay.
Brent seemed somewhat popular in high school, or at least he was desperate to be popular. He had a dream of becoming a popular singer, just like Justin Bieber.
Why did I pause on Justin Bieber's face? Let me go back.
Just like Justin Bieber, to quote him. But unfortunately, he had no talent, nor did he put in...
Deport people.
Besides his anger problems, Brent seemed somewhat popular in high school, or at least he was desperate to be popular. He had a dream of becoming...
See, it's kind of blurry on this one because it's moving, but why is he lifting a suitcase?
a popular singer, just like Justin Bieber, to quote him. But unfortunately, he had no talent, nor did he put in the work to get any closer to that dream. Instead, he saw himself as a rock star, performing at various high school events, when in reality, he was nothing more than a laughingstock.
Hey, babe. Take a walk on the wild side.
Writing a book is hard. Knowing if it's good, even harder. Meet manuscript analysis.
It's been a long day without you, my friend. And I tell you all about it when I see you again. We've come a long way.
After graduating from high school in 2017, Brent was placed into a group home in Arizona once he became a legal adult, where he still lives to this day. However, becoming an adult did nothing to improve his behavior. If anything, his anger issues only escalated over time. Much like his earlier experiences in foster care, Brent was chaotic and volatile in the group home environment. He became involved in physical violence.
Yeah, I mean, I don't like I mentioned, I don't know anything about this guy, but he seems like he'd be like that just by what's been described about him.
Violence, even punching one of his roommates in the face, which led to an official incident report being filed against him.
What happened to what?
With the IR report.
The sec, I was like punching him like twice.
Okay, so it was a little scuffle, yes?
Yes, sir.
Was there any bruising? Was there any bleeding?
I don't know. There was no bruising on it. It's just that he said ow, and then he gave me the one who takes care of me gave me a warning.
I see.
He gave me a warning, and that's why I was like, I'm gonna have to be in IR for that, Brent.
But everything would take a much darker turn for Brent in late 2020, when he created his very first TikTok account, an action that would permanently alter the trajectory of his life. Despite already being 21 years old at the time, Brent continued to behave more like a child, frequently carrying around toys and, more importantly, obsessing over the Disney movie cars. He built his entire online presence around this fixation, with a particular focus on the character Tow Mutter. While having an obsession like this is not unheard of,
Having an obsession over Tow Mater from Cars is crazy, especially at 21 years old.
what made Brent's situation stand out was how completely it consumed his identity. He built his entire persona around it, to the point where it seemed he had no life outside of his fixation on Tow Mater. Even with all of this, Brent's TikTok account remained relatively small, pulling in only a few hundred views and little to no engagement on most of his videos. That would all change on May 5th, 2024, when his Ariana Grande cover of One Last Time unexpectedly went viral on TikTok.
One last time, I need to be the one who takes you home. One last time, I promise after that.
Following this viral moment, Brent finally met the requirements to go live on TikTok. And it was during these live streams that Brent's online career, and ultimately his entire life, would change forever. He began revealing more and more about his personal life on stream, with his most common and now infamous activity being singing songs live for his audience.
Got the swag in me. Got the swag in me. That's what you wanted to see.
And also lifting weights and flexing his great god physique.
This is exactly what I was talking about. Why is he? Wait, maybe that's not a suitcase, but that looks like a suitcase from this angle.
And after gaining traction on the app, Brent would do something that became his very first controversy. Brent has always wanted to go to Disneyland, but since he had been unemployed for many years, he was unable to afford the trip financially. However, once he became relatively famous on TikTok in March of 2025, he opened a GoFundMe aimed at raising money for a Disneyland trip. This quickly became his first major controversy, creating significant backlash among his viewers. From the start, GoFundMe is designed for emergencies, medical bills, or disaster relief, as opposed to funding a luxury Disneyland trip, which already made...
Okay, before we carry on, I'm just gonna say what we're gonna watch next. We're going to be watching, I have no idea what to expect from it, but we're gonna be watching a full-on horror story, or no, short horror film after this. And it looks creepy.
Brent's actions highly questionable. What made the situation even worse is that Brent already had a decent following on TikTok and was making large amounts of money through live stream donations, far exceeding what he was asking for through his GoFundMe. In addition to this, he also receives money from the Colorado River Indian Tribe Fund because he is a Native American. On top of all of that, Brent had already been to Disneyland before, meaning this was not his first visit, despite him attempting to present it that way. And not knowing all of this, people would go on to donate to his GoFundMe, allowing Brent to raise a whopping $1,700. But even after raising this much money in the name of a dream trip to the happiest place in the world, as he puts it, Brent decided to cancel the trip for unspecified reasons, barely mentioning it afterward. Following this, Brent was seen purchasing more and more toys and other items, making it very clear that he was using the GoFundMe money to buy all of this instead. And when people brought up the GoFundMe, he would get angry and attempt to victimize himself, even though he had just scammed people in broad daylight.
Fundraiser. Whereas on your end, you're doing it just so that way you could go to Disneyland. That's not an emergency. That's not a desperate call for help. You're using it for you to go and fulfill a dream that you could have easily accomplished by yourself with your Indian tribe money as well as your TikTok funds.
Okay, well, I guess I'm not going to my Disneyland trip then.
Yeah, I don't think you should. Not with that money.
But this was not the end of Brent's controversy. If anything, it was only the beginning. As he started streaming more and more, one thing became very consistent, and that was Brent's emotional immaturity. He not only failed to process even the smallest amount of criticism in a healthy way, but would also cry over nearly everything, and go as far as repeatedly blocking people from his chat for making some of the most normal comments. He blocked me because I said rest in peace Lightning McQueen. Bro blocked me because I said I am McQueen. And not just that, but at times Brent would also throw tantrums over very minor inconveniences. On one occasion, while talking to a random girl on a live stream, one of his moderators also spoke to her. Brent became so upset by this that he decided to stop talking altogether during the live stream. And this naturally attracted trolls who became more interested in him, leading to a new era where people began creating their own TikTok accounts to repost Brent's worst moments from.
If you don't want to talk on a live stream, then don't live stream.
His live streams, something he did not appreciate at all.
I keep getting hate, criticism, making fun of, and especially what annoys me the most is making edits to me. And to me, that is not okay.
But none of this deterred the trolls from taking an interest in Brent. If anything, it only made them more invested, pushing them to dig deeper into his private life. This scrutiny led to the discovery of one of the most intriguing aspects of Brent's story, his interactions, or rather the lack of them, with his own family. Despite documenting nearly every aspect of his life on TikTok, there was little to no evidence of Brent engaging with his family at all. And one particular person in his family that Brent had a very odd interaction with was his older sister, Jolene Johnson. On the night after Thanksgiving in 2023, Brent came across a post Jolene made on her Facebook account, which he replied to by saying, and I quote, "You look beautiful as mom." An important note here is that their mother passed away from cancer back in 2018. While Brent claimed he meant this purely out of brotherly love, Jolene did not appreciate the comment and deleted it right away, implying that some kind of existing issue already existed between the two.
Back in November of 2023, it was the day after Thanksgiving. I was looking at my sister's profile on Facebook, and then it was a previous profile, and then I said, "You look beautiful as mom," and I just want to say I love you so much. And then she deleted the comment, and I tried to video call her, but she.
Why is he admitting to all this?
Hung up, but I also told her saying like, "It's just if you're mad at me, if you watch this, would say I'm sorry. Can you forgive me?" And she blocked me on both Facebook and Instagram.
And while it is hard to deduce what really happened from this alone, or why Brent's sister chose to delete the comment, it was necessary for Brent to respect his sister's boundaries. However, Brent did not do that. If anything, he doubled down and began texting her nonstop. Jolene eventually became exhausted by this and decided to block Brent from all of her social media accounts. But in classic Brent fashion, he doubled down once again and effectively stalked his own sister by creating fake accounts to follow her on social media. After hearing this story, many of his followers became extremely intrigued and wanted to know more details, which led to repeated questions about it in his livestream chats. Bizarrely enough, Brent not only refused to talk about it, but would also break down emotionally every time someone brought up his sister.
Like your
lean song? I'm not gonna be answering that.
I think he's not gonna answer that.
It's making me uncomfortable. I think I gotta go.
Despite his viewers' intrigue, Brent's refusal to go into detail made it more difficult to put all the pieces together. Interestingly enough, both his older sister Jolene and his younger sister would later appear online answering a few questions. Jolene commented under one TikTok saying this, "How the freak am I even a topic? This was years ago. I blocked him because he always would blow up my phone by calling and texting me nonstop and would talk about me in public. So yes, I put up a wall." While his sister coming online and making these statements did confirm some of Brent's inappropriate behaviors, the overall details of the story still remained unclear. However, this entire fiasco would take a turn for the worse when people began assuming that the reason Brent was initially sent to foster care and later to a group home was because he assaulted his sister. While there is no solid evidence to support this claim, the fact that Brent was sent to juvenile detention when he was a teenager made the situation appear even more suspicious and led many people to believe this theory. Although the SA allegations are not backed by solid evidence, it is very clear that Brent has some dirty secrets he does not want the internet to know. To this day, he continues to stalk his sister against her wishes, and she is not the only woman Brent has obsessively stalked either. Brent had a high school crush named Lydia, whom he has been obsessed with for nearly 10 years. However, these feelings were never mutual. Lydia was not only uninterested, but she completely cut ties with Brent while they were still in high school. Despite this, Brent continued trying to get in contact with her after they graduated in 2018, repeatedly texting her. By 2023, Lydia had enough and decided to block Brent on all of her social media accounts. That still did not stop Brent. He created a new Facebook account to stalk Lydia and messaged her saying, "Lydia, it's me, Brent. I was wondering if we can be friends again if you're okay with it." By October 2023, Brent confirmed that he had been blocked once again.
He blocked me back in 2020, 2018, and 2023, and last year.
Well,
Because one, I keep calling her, texting her so many times, and then next thing you know, I got blocked. That was back in 2018, and then back in 2023, I was messaging her on my new account saying, "Hey, it's me, Brett again. I was wondering if we become friends, and that's okay." And then I waited a couple months later, and then she ghosted me. And then back in March, I was following her on my new account again and adding her friend request, but she blocked me on there too.
Even then, he did not give up and tried again in 2025. This time, however, he managed to get a response. But unfortunately for him, it was not Lydia. It was a fake account impersonating her. Due to Brent's growing infamy on TikTok and the presence of dedicated trolls, the story of Lydia became a major topic of discussion online. A group of trolls decided to create a fake Lydia account and contact Brent in order to learn more about his obsession and ultimately expose him. It is also important to note that Lydia is already married, and Brent was fully aware of this. Despite that, he was extremely excited to talk to Lydia and fell for the trap very easily. As the conversation continued, it became crystal clear that Brent was still romantically interested in Lydia. He not only flirted with her, but also took things further by calling her pet names and nicknames inspired by the Cars movie, yet another indication of how much his life revolves around that obsession. It is also notable from their text messages that Brent consistently played the victim. He frequently talked about his own problems and fished for sympathy, while showing little to no interest in the other person's life or struggles. Brent failed to realize that this was a sting operation, and continued interacting with the account. He even went as far as blocking his own friends and TikTok moderators at the request of the Lydia impersonator. Eventually, Brent discovered that his lifelong crush was actually a man behind a fake account, and he ended the interaction. Ironically, this was not the end of Brent's stalking behavior, as he would soon be caught in yet another controversy, involving a woman named Jasmine Garcia. Brent is extremely desperate when it comes to women, as no woman would realistically want to date someone like Brent, a man-child who cries on the internet and lacks any admirable traits. Because of this, he becomes obsessed with random women he encounters online, and one of those women was Jasmine. Jasmine is a YouTube content creator whom Brent claims to have followed since 2022. Brent came across her on TikTok and asked her to battle him. Jasmine, who did not know Brent personally, declined the request. This is where Brent completely lost it. In his mind, leaving a comment on someone's video and receiving a heart in return was equivalent to being in a relationship. So when Jasmine declined his request, he viewed it as a betrayal and reacted accordingly.
We can't be friends anymore.
I am Jasmine Garcia. That's fine, you know. No, she was on live stream, and I invited her to the live. She declined me twice. So Jasmine doesn't want to battle with me, and that's fine. She declined me twice or third time already. Sad and heartbroken.
It is mind-boggling to think that someone who cries over something as ridiculous as this exists, not to mention that he is pushing 30. And after this, Jasmine became aware of Brent's reaction, and his buddy trolls would flood her live streams, guilt tripping her into going live with Brent.
Hi.
guys, I do remember Brent Johnson. I do from my YouTube videos. He would comment on them. If I had another phone right now, I would go check on him, guys. Here, guys, I'm gonna wait for my sister to come back. He doesn't know how, and he's crying. No way, Fatih. Literally, screenshot him or send him to me or screen record him to me. Fatih, screen record him to me, bro. Because I just don't believe this is true. I feel like there's a lot of trolls on TikTok, guys. I don't know what's going on. I really don't know what's going on, guys. Stop, guys. Guys, just please go spam his chat that I love him, that I literally said I love him, and thank you so much for everything, and I don't know how to go live with him. If I did, I would do it. And that I do remember who he is, and that he is a blessing to this world. And yes, just tell him that. But anyways, guys, I'll try to follow him once I'm done on live.
And eventually Jasmine would agree to go live with Brent that night, and they did. But the problem was that Brent was the only one talking while she just sat there, likely thinking about leaving the stream. And the funniest part of it all is that he was trying to gain sympathy from her by framing himself as the victim, even bringing up the death of his mother despite it being more than 7 years ago, and dropping the legendary line that he lost his mother just 7 years ago.
People like to come up with the name so they can make fun of me.
Oh, that's why.
Yeah, so they could just clip everything I say and then screen record everything. And yeah, it's just that I've gone through so much in my life. I don't want to give more detail because I'm a very emotional person. I just lost my mom like 7 years ago.
Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry to hear that.
After the
That's bad, but also it was 7 years ago. I feel like it's bad, but I feel like I would get over it within 7 years. He's acting like that's been such a short time. Like, it's only been 7 years. Come on.
The live stream ended, Brent became overly excited, believing that Jasmine was romantically interested in him when nothing could be further from the truth.
Girl, I want to spend my life with you. And girl, I'm going to be here for you. Because mi amor, mi amor, mi amor. I want you to be my wife. Mi amor, mi amor, mi amor. Because I need you in my life.
Wow. That's really good, Brent. You made that?
Yeah, I just wrote it.
This clearly shows how deluded Brent's mindset is, because it was obvious from the start that Jasmine only joined the live stream due to people guilt-tripping her after she declined his request. And even if she had joined out of her own interest, that still would not mean she liked him or that there was any romantic future between them. Although it took some time, Brent would eventually realize that Jasmine was not interested in him. Instead of accepting it and moving on, he chose to blame his trolls for telling Jasmine about his past, and then followed up by threatening to leave TikTok, something he constantly says but never actually does.
I don't know. I'm not gonna even talk about it. Look what that guy put. I should make a video about saying goodbye to you guys.
But if you think all of this is bad enough, you're in for a surprise, because Brent's behavior would become far more disturbing than anything we have covered so far. Brent repeatedly presents himself in his videos as an innocent, sweet guy with autism, who is harmless despite his few obsessions, but nothing could be further from the truth. Around early 2025, a screenshot of Brent's text messages with a 15-year-old was posted on TikTok. In those messages, Brent was caught saying highly inappropriate things, while fully knowing the age of the person he was talking to. Although this was disturbing, some of his viewers defended him, claiming there was no proof that the messages were actually from Brent, which would be a fair argument until he himself confirmed it. However, in the most ridiculous way possible, instead of admitting fault or taking accountability for his disgusting behavior, Brent completely changed the subject. He claimed that the account was not even a real woman, but an impersonator, as if that somehow excused his actions of intentionally speaking inappropriately to someone he believed to be a minor. Not to mention, this is exactly how predator catchers typically catch predators in the first place.
I thought it was just a female, but it was a male behind the account. But you know what? If people think I'm a bad person, which I'm not, it's just I don't know why you read the comments out loud.
What made this even more ridiculous is that when the other person on the stream asked him about these allegations, Brent did not focus on the seriousness of the situation at all. Instead, he got visibly upset over the idea that celebrities might see this and end up hating him, showing how much deluded he really is on top of his disturbing behavior.
Whoa.
What's that?
I just built a budgeting app in Base 44.
Guys, Nina just built an app.
you really hurt me the way you like read it out loud, and it just makes me uncomfortable and ask me too many questions. It just really hurts me.
I'm so sorry. Like, I really don't mean to hurt you. Like, I just don't
It
know.
really
Like,
did. And now people's gonna hate me too. What if celebrities hates me? What if like Ariana Grande or Justin Bieber or every celebrity hates me? We bring.
Is he really that popular that celebrities would know him, though? I mean, I'm not like a celebrity, and I didn't even know him. So until actually Trace TC Network, I believe he typed in the chat earlier, like he sent me this video, and that's how I know about him. Otherwise, I would not be watching this, and I would not know about him.
We bring that up for other people up. It really hurts.
Although Brent admitted to texting a 15-year-old during this live stream, he would later deny it and tell a completely different story while talking to someone in his DMs saying this. People have been saying that I was messaging a minor, which is not true. One person took a screenshot of my profile and tried to impersonate me by saying something inappropriate, which I would never text. I also didn't know what the word minor meant at the time, but I understand it now. The most baffling part about all of this is that Brent knows exactly what he is doing. He simply tries to excuse his behavior by acting clueless and playing the victim on TikTok so people will not press him too harshly.
I also don't know how I feel about this image of him.
But Brent's behavior does not get any better. The trolls would later organize a sting operation by impersonating a 16-year-old girl named Marlena. At first, Brent did not realize this person's age, so he was talking desperately, even asking if he could date her, despite it being the very first day they were texting and him barely knowing anything about her. Soon after, Marlena told Brent her age, and Brent initially pulled away. However, the most baffling part is that once Marlena told Brent that she has autism, he immediately showed interest again, asking her when she would turn 18. This moment cuts through Brent's innocent victim narrative entirely. His immediate return after learning Marlena was autistic indicates he perceived her vulnerability as an opportunity for manipulation. And if this was not already bad enough, Brent would be caught again, this time asking another minor to be his girlfriend while fully knowing her age and asking her to keep it a secret. At this point, it hardly needs any argument to show that Brent is a dangerous and disgusting predator. Yet he continues sympathy farming by going live every day and crying so people will feel bad for him. Every once in a while, another terrible thing he has done gets revealed, and when that happens, I will make sure to keep you guys updated. Until then, let me know what about Brent you find most baffling in the comments.
Wow. Okay, wait. Okay, wait. This is the short horror film we're gonna react to. Disguise. Disguise short horror film. Just looking at this, I'm already creeped out. But I planned this, so we're gonna freaking watch it, alright? Disguise short horror film. Like it! Someone's right there. Yo, yo.
Jason. Jason.
Yo. Oh yeah, that's the shot. Feel free to ask for anything. This is a perfect area to kill someone. As a trash one. What the hell was that? No. Someone's living in their attic. Oh hell no. Someone's gonna pop out of that shit. That is so loud. You'll never know. No, bro. This is creepy. I did not expect this. It's gonna be a fake. That is. I think I'm. Oh. Yo. No, no, okay. Fuck out of it. Go. Fuck out of it. Oh, that thing. What the hell? Fucking chicken block. This is a good ass short horror film. That thing fucking moved. Someone is. Hell no. Oh! And it's gone. It's behind. Oh no. Not again. Oh, she got possessed. Oh, yeah. And not. He's up there. He's up there.
Okay.
He's gonna. I'm just gonna pan up and.
Hello everyone, today I am testing an interesting tool called Hitam 3D.
Let's go. Short horror. that. I'm dipping. I'm calling up my grandparents. I'm going, hey, my house is fucking haunted. I'm coming. Don't go up to it. That is the worst thing you can do in this situation. The best thing you should do is run. I heard where's the husband in this situation?
How did you? Your life was mine. I took it from you. I'm taking it back.
Oh. Oh, go. Super. What the? It's gonna pop out. And or be behind her. Right there. Wow. Wow. That was magnificent. That makes me want to watch another one, I'm not gonna lie. But we're not going to because we have a specific list that we are going through today. And, so actually, oh, okay. So before we go any further, I have already seen it, I won't lie. But I'm gonna watch it again on this live stream. The Avengers Doomsday trailer, and then after that, we're gonna watch this Spider-Man Brand New Day. Actually, I don't know if you guys can see what I'm looking at. Can you? Yeah, you can. We're gonna watch the Avengers Doomsday trailer, which I've already seen, but I'm gonna watch it again on my stream, and then for the first time ever, I'm gonna be watching this Spider-Man Brand New Day Who Does Sadie Sink Play video. In total, they're about 5 minutes 30 seconds, so or well 40, but we're just gonna watch these quickly, and yeah. So, Avengers Doomsday. Avengers Avengers Doomsday official trailer reaction. Lock it!
Something's coming. Something we may not be able to deter. Before this day is done, we shall be faced with an unthinkable decision. I've fought with many warriors in my time. They were far stronger than all of us put together, and they died. They died facing enemies and threats that scared me far less than this one. Everything that they sacrifice will be for nothing if we do not stand together. Put aside your petty squabbles. Presume nothing except this. If you return, you will return as brothers and sisters. But mark my words. We're going to need a miracle.
He's fried.
Hey, pal. It's not possible.
And this film is not yet rated. Dang. So, that was that. Alright. And now, let's go here, exit full screen. And now, Spider-Man Brand New Day. Who does Sadie Sink play? Lock in. I don't know.
A deal this good, and every home becomes the hut. Get 40% off regular price medium and large pizzas right now. Only at Pizza Hut.
So I can't believe last time we were together, I should have said the pride of Brenham, Texas.
Oh, thank you. That's so sweet.
You and Bluebell.
Yes. Well, technically, Bluebell did this like competition every year, or they used to, where they'd have a Mr. and Mrs. Scoops. It was like a pageant of sorts, and my brother won Mr. Scoop when he was like 3 years old. So he's technically the pride of Brenham, Texas, I would say.
What a great story.
Yes.
That's so cool. All right. How have you kept everything such a secret? Like, I'm going to ask about the audition here in a second, but how have you kept everything under wraps? You know, the Marvel police will knock on your door if you start talking. But has it been a challenge to keep everything under wraps?
I mean, not really. Just don't tell people.
Yeah, that's true. When you auditioned for this, did you know what it was for? Was there a code name?
I did know what it was for.
Okay.
They told me what I'd be walking into.
Okay. All right. So let's pretend here if I walked into a store and bought some jeans, gray, for instance.
And what about them?
What a great answer. Okay, that was actually perfect. That was more than I thought I would get. What was it like to show up and look around and see, you've done big stuff. And of course, I've had the fortunate opportunity to talk about your roles. But when you walk onto a set like this and it's a Spider-Man film, what's your first reaction?
Oh my, I mean, it felt so surreal because I love these films and Spider-Man's obviously so iconic. So when you're on set with the literal Spider-Man, it's definitely a pinch me moment. But also just even given how big of a scale this movie is, it still felt like so relaxed and welcoming. So that was like a pleasant surprise.
Are you a big comics person?
Not really.
I'm a casual comics person.
Okay.
I'll be honest
I've been
with
like
you.
trying to get more into it.
Okay,
But yeah.
that's why I asked that, because obviously we know who these big characters are, but there are people out there that dissect.
Yeah.
You know, so you've already had experiences about that.
Well, yeah.
Like just the fan base, like everybody. Well, obviously with you, with what everybody trying to figure out.
Mhm. No, it's incredible because you've got like the films.
Mhm.
And then there's a whole other world that you can just like dig deeper and deeper into. So it's been amazing to kind of, and overwhelming to see all the theories and yeah.
And so you've been reading those. I asked you that question for Stranger Things too. Yeah.
Oh yeah, because I couldn't talk about much then either, could I?
No. So
There's
you
just
are.
a whole lot of saying nothing.
So what I've learned about you since I've known you here for some time is I should tell you all my deep, dark secrets because you are great.
I'm a vault, yeah.
Thank you for sharing the story about Bluebell.
Oh my God, of course.
Awesome.
That's all we can really talk about, right?
I was going to say, you told me more about your brother and Bluebell.
Yeah, I will happily talk about that, yes.
Thank you so much for your time.
Okay, hello, my kids. So did that. What's something else we can watch? Or another item. Not item. What am I saying? Okay, I really want to watch this.
Sarah Hrror.
I was sent to this.
Sarah Hrror.
That Fnaf Plush Tuber sent me this. She said I should watch it on my live stream. So we are. Yeah. So let's do it. I'm just gonna hold on. Okay, wait, hold on. Okay. Sarah Hrror, TikTok's, Netflix.
Sarah Hrror.
Degenerate. Lock in.
Also known as Sarah Undergrove, is a 26-year-old woman from the state of New York, going somewhat viral for her intense attraction to the fictional character Eddie Munson from Stranger Things, as well as numerous other controversies. The TikTok that brought Sarah to the wider attention of the public was called War is Over. It depicts Sarah outside during the first snow of the year, dancing to the famous song by John Lennon, Merry Xmas, only for her to dramatically pause as the words "War is Over" shoots up onto the screen. At the time she was recording this, there were numerous massive conflicts going on around the world, so many assumed that it was in reference to one of those, but it's what comes next that made this TikTok garner millions of views. 6 months, 11 days, 86 hours, 30 minutes, 20 seconds since Eddie Munson has left us. I really don't even know where to begin with this whole Eddie Munson thing because it's so extensive. So I'll just start very simply and we'll build from there. Eddie Munson is a fictional character portrayed in the 4th season of the popular Netflix show Stranger Things. Portrayed by the actor Joseph Quinn, Eddie Munson quickly became a fan favorite. But as you could tell by the TikTok I previously showed you, this goes so much further for Sarah. I'm not even exaggerating when I say I have seen hundreds of Eddie Munson TikToks on her page. Most are just pictures or art of Eddie thrown together that she likes, but some of this stuff is beyond elaborate. Sarah has a series with over 40 parts depicting the life that she and Eddie Munson would live together. It can get pretty graphic at times, so you would not be surprised to know that Sarah has lost TikTok pages before due to lewd Munson posting. Let me just read one of these more PG Munson posts for you guys real quick. Sarah, I do have some other birthday surprises for you. Edward Wayne Munson. I swear to God you don't have to do anything for me. My love for you, Sarah, has no price tag. You deserve to be treated like royalty. So I got you something else. Yeah, that's about enough of that. I'm sure you've been able to gather by now that Sarah really likes Eddie. She has tried to emulate many of his characteristics, at least ones that she perceives, getting her very own Eddie cosplay and calling herself a metalhead. The amount of hours put into Eddie Munson worship displayed on the Sarah Hrror TikTok page is astounding. And I found myself wondering, why does she do all of this? I've heard of people who are really into fictional characters, but this is a whole new level. So to truly understand it, I think that we have to have Sarah explain it to us in her own way.
We know that the remarkable happens when East meets West, coming alive in our shared passions, our creative pursuits. And here, in Sapporo, you too can discover the remarkable, where East meets West.
I'm mentally ill with brown hair, messy room, clothes everywhere. Mommy was never really there, mommy was never really there. I go for the fictional guys, it's not a face, they're just my type. The tarot cards say we're gonna fight. They broke my heart, and one thing's for sure, I don't like real boys anymore.
Not gonna lie, pretty catchy hook. On a different occasion, Sarah claimed that her obsession with the character Eddie Munson stems from a dead best friend of hers, who, God rest his soul, reminded her of Eddie. Sarah would even share a photo of her friend who sadly passed away. A reverse image search proved that it was just a model that she had ripped from Google Images, leaving us no answers as to the source of her infatuation. After years of Eddie posting, Sarah finally got the opportunity to fly to a convention and meet Joseph Quinn, the actor who portrayed Eddie Munson, in person. Sarah flew from New York to Texas for this, and could not have been happier to meet Joseph, who after taking a couple photos with Sarah, helped her up after she tripped. Or at least that's what Sarah claims. Now that we've established that she is absolutely head over heels in love with Eddie Munson, let me lay a little bit of crucial information on you. Sarah has a boyfriend who she talks about 100 times less than Eddie Munson. In fact, it seems to be that way with every other man as well. She is extremely flirty with anybody that she perceives to be male in her live stream chats, especially the ones that come on panel and speak to her. She's got at least 2 or 3 of these other dudes who she'll bring on panel just to flirt with. And I haven't even gotten to her best friend, Tim, whose house she frequently spends the night at, and saying that her boyfriend Michael has been cheated on is actually backed up with a good bit of evidence. After staying at one of her female friends' houses, it became clear that Sarah had overstepped her bounds. This friend would go on to publicly state that Sarah had cheated on Michael 2 times that she knew of. She also had some other things to say about Sarah's stay. She was smoking cigarettes in the house, stealing lighters, and even flirting with her friend's boyfriend, which resulted in her getting kicked out. Her friend's statement and all of the stuff that I've seen in the clips paint a very clear picture as to what's going on. And all of this makes more sense the longer you watch Sarah, because the sheer amount of pointless lies is staggering.
When you finally find the Target exclusive Eddie Munson Funko Pop, but you have not one but two in your cart because you were actually surprising your great friend with one and one for yourself, like a good human would. So far and behold, I got punched in the face by a man at Target. This is healed. This is worse. I have like a little bump on my nose. It's not a pimple. I got punched, so my black eye has gotten better. This hurts like shit because I wear glasses. So yeah, again, I got punched, knocked out, didn't get any of the Funko Pops or the Eddie Munson ones because this creepy ass guy got both. Target, bring them back and do better, please. Thank you.
Are you tired of listening to your Eddie Munson on inferior wireless earbuds? Well, then let me tell you about the sponsor of today's video, Raycon. These bad boys are a game changer, whether you're in the gym, at work, or just relaxing and listening to music. I've had wireless earbuds before, but never have they fit this well, and never has the sound been so clear. And for half the price of their competitors, with 8 hours of playtime and 32 hours of battery life, they're perfect for work, and the gel tips that you can optimize make sure that they're in there snug. Their noise isolating design lets you be aware of your surroundings while still enjoying your music to the fullest. And unlike other brands, they come in a wide variety of colors. Click the link in the description box or go to buyraycon.com/kiwi to get 20% off your Raycon purchase plus free shipping. They're durable, powerful, and discreet. A big thank you to Raycon for sponsoring today's video. Link in the description box below. Oh, I also forgot to tell you that she owns over 100 Funko Pops that she pronounces Funko Pops. The more you know. Sarah's lies have always been at the forefront of controversy surrounding her, but the Irish Eyes incident would take it to a whole nother level. Sarah has a habit of taking people's artwork, music, photographs, and calling them her own. This has happened countless times, and some of them have been more catastrophic than others. More on that later. But the point I'm trying to make here is that she's very fond of taking these.
If you're gonna use a drawing by someone else for something, then at least give whoever actually made it credit for making the drawing. Or if it's even a video and you're like parodying it or something, credit the original video in the credits or something. Do something like that.
Things, slightly altering them, and then putting them out there as her own 100% original work. A prime example being the Irish Eyes incident. Sarah would take the song Irish Eyes by Rise Betts, change a couple of words, and then claim that she came up with the whole thing originally. While I can't play you the original version of the song, I can show you Sarah's version, which is a sight to behold.
My father says I have Irish eyes, Irish eyes, Irish eyes. My father says I have Irish eyes. They go ever so green on a bright spring sky, but they're never so green as when I let them cry. My mother says I have Puerto Rican hair, Puerto Rican hair. Brown like the bark of a palm somewhere, like the bed of the rocks where the sea meets, like a thorn in the stem of a Spanish flower. I've never seen your race, seen out of place, been watching sunshine. Oh, sunshine.
Need to run Windows on your Mac? Parallels Desktop makes it simple to.
The problem people had is not her singing this song, but her claiming that she came up with the whole thing herself. And like I said, this happens with other forms of media as well, including artwork and photographs. But the plagiarism is just scratching the surface, guys. Let me read some of her boldest claims. That she is Jacksepticeye's cousin. She's got pictures of him in her basement, just cluttered under some stuff. She'll even get mad when you call him Jack and not Sean. She claims to have anxiety Tourette's, though we've never seen any proof of this. Claimed to have been an understudy on a Broadway play. Fans confirmed this was a lie by aligning some pictures of a play that she went to see around the time she claimed she was acting in it. One of the most convoluted ones I could find was where she claimed she was hit by a bus when she was 15. She said this put her in a coma, stopping her brain from further developing. Later, her story would change when she claims it was a car and not a bus. Sarah's mom would publicly state that the car barely hit her, and Sarah was just simply overreacting. Much like Sarah's story, her mother's story also changed to match exactly with Sarah's. Her mother even stating that she suffered a similar incident when she was younger.
And when we got to the island, I was just trying to eat my lunch on the island, which is like one of the many mini islands in New York on the river. There are hundreds actually that you could like camp out on and be safe. So one day I was just eating my apple and my peanut butter and jelly sandwich, and she decided to punch me in the spine.
Oh.
It wasn't cool of her. I don't know why she punched me in the spine, but she did. And I went to the tall pier. Like, you could climb this tall rock. So I sat on the edge of this rock just to try to cool off. And
yeah, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, I accidentally dropped my apple in the Hudson River, and I wasn't even done eating it. So it sucks I lost my apple. But when we got back, it started to rain on the Hudson River. So we were like trying to canoe back as fast as possible to the shore. It was like maybe, I don't know, 30 meters from the island to the shore. And our canoe, my canoe that I wasn't canoeing. I was sitting in the middle because I was a big girl. They wanted me to sit in the middle. And the canoe flipped over, and I tried swimming with my life vest, but when I found out when Emily hit my spine, which is dead center, she kind of moved one of my vertebrae. Like, she punched me so hard in the spine that it moved one of my vertebrae. So I was in a life vest just.
How? What the fuck? How does this happen? You get punched in the back and you break your vertebrae? Fucking explain this shit.
Floating in the Hudson River. And when someone pulled me ashore, which is just one of the older like counselors, I said I need to go to a hospital, and they didn't believe me. So I literally got hypothermia. I got sick, and my spine was purple.
One of Sarah's most convoluted lies would have to be the "why does bad things happen to me" TikTok video, where she claims that after a group of teens on bikes pushed her down a hill, she crawled up to be helped by no cars passing by. This would lead to her weeping and contemplating society, all on camera. She claimed that Stan Lee offered her a speaking role in one of his movies, and that she had a cousin on the set of Stranger Things Season 3 who let her hang out around the set. I've got just one more lie of Sarah's that I'd like to cover, and it's a doozy. The TikTok where Sarah claims she ended a domestic terrorist incident with nothing but the power of interpretive dance, much like in the show The OA. I could go on with instances like this all day, and so could Sarah.
No, I will not leave us out of this, because we, as Puerto Ricans, have to stick together. And no, I don't speak very good Spanish, but my abuela and my rest of my family at least can understand we have a conversation because I understand Spanish. And if you don't believe me that I can speak a little bit, here I go. I'm going to name food that is from Puerto Rico. Empanada.
Why does speaking Spanish matter in this? Does Puerto Ricans speak Spanish? Wait, hold on. Wait. Oh, they do. Okay, that makes more sense.
Nadas, chicharrones, raisin gandules, pasteles, pincos, panin, sweet plátanos. Am I not convincing enough that I'm Spanish?
Sarah had told so many lies that I don't even know if she knew what the truth was anymore. So when I came across some disturbing allegations of things that she was doing on her Twitter page, at first I took them with a grain of salt. But sadly, there was a lot more to it, and this is where the video starts to get a little darker. As we covered earlier in the Eddie Munson section, Sarah is a gigantic fan of the Netflix show Stranger Things. This show features a cast of primarily children fighting some kind of interdimensional invasion, from what I can gather. But I'm not getting on to Sarah for simply liking the show. What I'm criticizing her for is some of the artwork that she reposted to her Twitter account. Back when Sarah's Twitter was still public, she would post a staggering amount of NSFW content, usually drawings of characters that she enjoyed from various franchises. And as we talked about earlier, Stranger Things is her favorite franchise. And some of this art included children. Though Sarah simply screenshotted this art and claimed it.
Whoa. What? This art contains children? Is that what that just
As her own, she was still spreading around these illicit materials. When all of this was discovered by the public, she was rightly criticized, and Sarah scrambled to explain her actions. One excuse was that people were paying her to do this. Another one was that she was hacked. But once she saw that no one was buying the lie, she began to lightly address it in her live streams.
Yeah, I like what I like, as long as it's not breaking any U.S. official laws.
I personally wouldn't be into it, but you do you.
No, I'm just saying, as long as it's not breaking any laws, I don't think that's like a crime. Yeah, it's just something like what I like. It's like I'm not.
She's not. Let me just clarify that she's not attracted to children. Everybody, so just like.
Exactly, I'm a nanny. I babysit.
Yeah, she's not.
Tim see me work with the kids I work with.
Yeah.
I'm sleeping over at Tim's
I
house.
think I get a pretty good rating. What do you think, Sarah?
When she realized that she would not be able to explain herself, she privated her Twitter account, and now tries to sweep any mention of this under the rug. Sarah's defense reminds me of a certain someone. By claiming that these images are drawn and not real, it makes it okay. But it has been well established that it is the intent behind these drawings and the desire that is carried with them that everybody finds disturbing. It is not simply the fact that it is drawn illicit material, it is the age of the characters depicted, and the workarounds that some people employ to try to make it okay in their mind. Just because this little girl is actually a 9,000-year-old vampire is no kind of defense, and public backlash for these kinds of things will always be swift, as well as unforgiving. Look at Bosch, a guy whose career in content creation was looking up, until he revealed a folder full of images, much like what Sarah enjoys. And society has deemed rightly so that these behaviors are unacceptable. But Sarah can't wrap her head around this. Through a combination of arrogance and believing her own lies, she has convinced herself that it is only a select few that think these types of behaviors are unacceptable, preventing her from taking any kind of accountability or making any.
She could have small little cosplays like this. But earlier in the video, she was like absolutely adoring Eddie Munson.
Kinds of changes. While I found Sarah's Munson posting absolutely hilarious, I find that it is the other kinds of posts that she is making that are more telling of her true character. And that's all I have on Sarah Hrror today, guys. Thank you so much for watching, especially till the end. Really helps the channel out, pushes the video to more people. A big thank you to all of my channel members.
Wow, that was a good video.
You guys really are the best.
Good video. With very interesting information. But yeah, we have probably one, maybe two more short horror films to watch before ending the stream. You might watch a non-horror video after. We'll see. But yeah. Let me just get this up. This horror film looks terrifying. Okay, wait, hold on. Okay. Hold on. Yeah, that was a really weird video. Anyway. Now. Okay. This short horror film, Deadline. Okay, wait, I gotta. Okay. Okay. One more horror film. Well, maybe another one after, but this this one is called Deadline, horror short film. Lock it. The thumbnail is terrifying. Maybe I'll show it after. Looks. Okay, Deadline on Friday. What is she doing? What the hell is that sound? Is it like a campfire culture behind? I think that's her. Yeah. Oh no, I especially. Don't kill yourself. Yep, you see it. Back it up. You see it right there. Right there. Whenever I just knocked on the door, it's right there. You're dead. Turn around. Turn around again. Oh, she's gonna leave it there, and then whatever it was, she's gonna grab the knife. Or just gone. A monster? No. Yes. Damn, you must like it. Slap me shut. So far, I don't think it's as good.
Tastes so good, you'll want it all to yourself.
So far, I don't think it's as good.
Made so good, they can have some too.
Sure, hard to watch, but I've had faith. But sure, hard. Although there is 5 minutes left. Again. No. And the thing. Oh wait, no, that was just because you put it down. So we've seen the preview of in her app. Yeah, we did. That's just. Watch it. Like,
Till your memories linger near me.
Yeah.
Chiming bells of love.
Turn it off. Who holds a mug? Hold the mug by the fucking hand. That's just it. Yo. I fucking knew I wasn't crazy. This shit is literally like shadow for me. Fucking shadow. You can only see This is definitely kind of like a lower production. What the fuck? Oh. Oh. That fucking got me. Oh. Yeah, we're fucked. I think I just got fucking possessed from that shit. Oh. Holy hell. Okay, I think it's gonna be a wrap for the stream. Damn good stream today. Damn good reactions. Good damn videos. Fuck yeah. Yeah, if you want more streams like this, who knows, maybe we'll do some. But yeah, that's gonna be it for the stream. And bye. I might turn some of these things that we watch into videos, but bye. Yeah, it's gonna just yeah. Bye guys.